Rundown September 4th.
Nailed it.
Thank you. Presented by MVMT.
How's the voice going?
It's been a long day. We're back in football grind. We've done like 6 shows in a row today.
The average person spends almost 7 hours a day in front of the screen. We're longer. MVMT's blue light glasses help us to change our habits so we can keep up with the changing technological world. Ever Scroll Blue light filtering glasses started.
Can we get Dave a water? Can we get him a water?
No, I'm going to power through
Can
it.
we get him a water?
No, I'm good.
Water for Dave?
No, I'm good. Filtering
Water.
glasses start just $65. Whether you're at the office scrolling through your phone or unwinding from a long day, Ever Scroll glasses have you covered. Better focus, better sleep, better style. Get 15% off today with free shipping and returns by going to mvmt.com/rundown. Shop Ever Scroll Blue light filtering glasses. Protect your eyes and look great doing it. Go to mvmt.com/rundown. Frank Tank, he dead?
And he doesn't go back to the slider, and Suzuki ends up with. So what about what we saw before the game tonight? I thought it was something very.
This is what happens to Connor.
It was the manager, Mickey Callaway, in the dugout right before the game. Sort of everybody gathered with him, sort of little powwow discussion.
He dead? Frank the Tank dead?
He called into the radio show, so he is in fact alive.
We were saying it earlier. The greatest tweet ever is that you would be doing the same exact thing whether or not you had a stream, you were on the blog, all this kind of stuff. Has there ever been like a neighbor just knocking on the floor, being like, "Hey, keep it down down there"?
Did Ralph come by last night to say like, "Hey, you all right, bud"?
Ralph does the same thing for call schemes. So
okay. There was a moment I was genuinely. He was crying.
So the Mets blew what 7-run lead. They gave up 7 runs.
They gave 7 in the bottom.
And Frank the Tank was live. He's live every game. He died.
He started crying at one point, and like his breathing was like staggered.
He was whimpering like a dog.
Yeah, he was whimpering and crying. Yeah. And his shirt, he ripped his shirt.
Ate his shirt.
He grabbed a Pepsi that I think is like his emergency Pepsi off camera, and he just chugged it back. No straw. It's a big deal for Frank. He had 5 ring dings. And I mean, he can't handle that type of like emotion.
It takes a lot to take over my timeline.
He took over the internet.
I paused Hard Knocks. I paused Hard Knocks. I was like, we have to watch this. At the end, when he was watching, because he stayed live for a long time after, he was watching the post game when he kept on screaming, "Don't say battle, don't say battle, don't say battle."
Mickey Callaway, look at him! We battled tonight! We battled! We fucking battled! We fucking battled!
I would have given any amount of money for the announcer to say he battled.
When Mickey Callaway said that Edwin Diaz, Ed Luz Diaz, we're not allowed to say Edwin anymore. It's
That's
Ed Luz
actually
Diaz.
pretty good.
Is that a Tank?
Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah. It's Tank original.
When he said that Ed Luz Diaz was electric, Frank, he became possessed.
Yeah, I saw
it. It was
that,
like the stigmata. Like we needed an exorcism. He started going, electric. It was just noises coming from his body.
Electric stuff! Electric stuff! He said he had electric stuff! What the fuck? He didn't get it out! He gave him a double! He walked! And he gave him a home run!
I thought he was going to die.
I have a question for Mets fans, and I don't know if I'll get an honest answer from you, Kevin. Like, I know.
Where are you at now on this whole team, by the way? Huh?
They're winning 7-1 right now.
Baseball's the stupidest sport. Robinson Cano hits a 2-run home run. It's like the dumbest fucking sport in the world.
The Mets do you think the playoffs are like Frank the Tank? I feel like they could be mathematically eliminated, and if they blow that lead, he's doing that. Like, I don't think he necessarily cares.
No, I mean that was actually
anything's at stake.
That was
You're
actually
saying like September 28th. There's 7 games back. There's 3 games to play.
He does that.
Yes.
Yeah,
and that's true. We like every game is strangely like life or death. But the best tweet of the night was someone saying, had Frank the Tank not been discovered, he still would have been doing that same exact thing.
Oh my God.
Like, and I asked him, he said, I probably wouldn't have been doing Periscope because that would make no sense. But he said he probably would have
absolutely.
punched the hole in the wall.
He would do that in front of nobody. He just did. If he knew how to do, if he wouldn't know how to do Periscope if it wasn't for us. But that reaction had nothing to do with being on Periscope.
And yeah, like whether they're in the playoffs or not, probably doesn't matter. But when they potentially are, and they made this comeback and they built you up just to tear you down,
But
it's
they,
that much.
we were
but they were
talking
already
earlier.
kicked out. Had they lost like 7 in a row?
They lost 6 in a row, but then they can't. Then they
they're
bounce
still,
back
like,
again.
3 games out.
And that's the problem. The NL is so fucking bad. They're 5 now, which is, you're getting there. But
we were talking about earlier because Stephen Shea had to eat his column on the Yak, but I was like, I've never
Did he
seen
do
this.
it?
Yeah, he ate
Yeah,
it. Yeah, of course.
You know,
he
he joins. That's perfect timing. He
That's
joins
what I'm
the
saying.
illustrious club of Frank the
Tank.
Tank.
That's what we were saying. Frank the Tank. Remember, he ate his World Cup picks in
that
front
was
of 10
57
people.
people,
Yeah.
I think that was the second video I ever saw of Frank the Tank. At the time when he watched, apparently, I can't remember if he said they'd make it or they wouldn't make it. Whatever, it was wrong, the World Cup. And the video at the time had 2 views. And it had been online for about 10 years. And he just simply said, I'm a man, my word. I said I eat my words if they didn't make the
he's the most honorable
World
man
Cup.
on the internet.
He just ate it in front of nobody and shut the thing off. So that is, he would do it no matter what.
Yeah, I mean, that's just who he is through and through. And the craziest shit is he says he's the second craziest sports fan in his apartment.
Oh, well,
the
guy
who made
the guy.
the cameo guy.
Ralph,
Did it, Frank?
That
But, like,
cameo guy.
He said when the Colts lose, which, I mean, we're on deck for a big fucking season.
Oh, I
then.
can't believe we didn't get a live press conference from that guy after Andrew Luck.
Yeah, I mean, he said he's as crazy with the Colts as anybody is about any team in the world. So the
That
fact,
cameo guy, I'm still not 100%. I didn't dream that whole
Yeah.
scene. Like,
Ralph
that
is
had
name.
to be. I was
He's
like
Ralph.
watching
He's
Seinfeld.
Ralph.
as Frank gets pizzas delivered through his basement window, Ralph's next door screaming about Andrew Luck.
Ralph-
This is
we
like-
should just set up cameras.
Ralph is more
24/7.
amazing than
Yeah,
Frank.
Yeah,
his
absolutely.
his apartment complex is like a bizarro world, like sports Seinfeld.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yep.
exactly.
And actually, as much as Frank still is pure, at some point he knows the deal now. He's a little bit self-aware. Ralph
I
is
don't
still
know.
just pure. Nobody's watching.
Frank
no
eating his
following.
shirt
You think the
Frank-
tank is
Oh,
self-aware?
I think the Tank knows that he has an audience. The Tank runs around like MetLife being like, do you guys know me? I'm the incompetent guy. He knows. He has a star.
Yeah, he knows he went viral for the incompetent guy, but I don't think.
He
Do you
knows.
think Frank knows why people like him?
I know what you're saying. There's still a level of like disconnect there, but Frank knows that he's got an audience now. He knows to perform.
But I
in a
thought
way.
last night wasn't a performance,
Ralph
that
is
was
just
instinct.
Again, I totally understand that. I'm saying Ralph is doing this for nobody.
Yeah, that's true.
Ralph is doing this
I
for
can't
just
believe we
Frank.
don't have Ralph's. We need Ralph on a live stream for the Colts.
Absolutely.
We need Ralph on a live stream for the Colts.
Just go to that apartment.
No, I'd rather
set
not.
it all up.
Have him come here.
It's almost in a weird way like Seinfeld like stole their lives, like
Yes.
Peterman's stories. Like somebody happened to be like delivering mail in that building. And they're like, who are these people? And they built everything around them.
Fucking. I'm
Zeke-
never gonna let you, the Mets, the players, the team, anybody talk me out of what I know about this team. By the way.
Well, I mean,
Trash.
and nobody talked about you. You jump on and off. I mean, I've never seen a ship sink and rise and sink
Get
and rise
outta
like
here.
you do. I mean, you've canceled
Get
them 100
outta
times,
here.
and you're the biggest fan. It's tough. It's tough. Zeke Elliott, huge contract, 8 years, $1 bazillion. I don't know, big deal, I guess. Like you said, Dan, you can cut a guy at any point, right?
It's probably a 2-year. I know.
I don't know how it's loaded.
He has 2 more years on this contract, so when they say 8 years, it's a 6-year extension. And I would guarantee, I haven't looked at it, but I would guarantee after like the 2nd or 3rd year they can cut him.
Right.
So
what's the guaranteed money though?
$50 million or something.
I mean, that's still a lot of guaranteed. For
Yeah, for a running back.
a running
it
back is
absolutely is.
it's just a bad idea.
It actually, in a crazy like way, I don't think it's the worst contract because he still is. I think he's only like what 24. So if they can cut him when he's like 27 or 28, it's not the worst.
Would
Yeah.
Belichick do it? It's usually kind of the default for me.
No, I mean, Belichick, I don't think, he devalues the running back.
Right,
Like a lot of teams do, and they've won with so many different running backs. Now, Belichick, I will say, the greatest thing about Belichick is he's an amoeba. Like, if he felt
a great
like
running
this
back,
guy
he did,
is
yeah.
so much better than everybody else, he would. Like, that's who Belichick does not
It's not stubborn.
force anything. He does whatever he thinks can win games. That's why they're the best. Miles Plumlee, Army Ranger. Gonna be honest, didn't know he even wasn't in the NBA anymore.
Wait, was this the one who
Plumlee's-
wasn't in? There's
He played for the Knicks.
No,
played
wait.
for the Knicks.
no,
this
no,
is
no, no,
Marshall.
no, no, no.
This
There's
guy played
3.
for the Knicks. There's a
There's
Plumlee.
Marshall, Miles, and-
Plumlee. He's an Army Ranger. He used to play for the Knicks. Doesn't matter which one's which.
No,
There's
really-
3.
they're really
There's one that was
interchangeable.
really. There's the twins that were really good, and then there's a third that wasn't as good.
There's
was
Mason and Miles, and then there's
Marshall.
And Marshall's who's
Miles
in the
is in the
who's in the
Miles.
Army Rangers?
Miles.
Sure, Marshall.
Let's see.
Miles.
Yeah.
What was that?
You're not
word?
looking
What
at
was
it.
that word?
He
you
just was
said?
going to say whatever you said.
Yeah.
Former Marshall Plumlee.
Marshall.
Yeah.
So that,
Yeah,
that's
I
the
didn't.
third.
You can be correct. I didn't care there. I thought it was. I just.
That was
read
an
it.
all-time. I mean,
I
you
wasn't- I was
literally
just
were just
going-
going to be wrong.
No, I was just trying to stall until I could look it up.
We don't intentionally mislead.
Okay, either way, I've never felt stronger about, like, the Army.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If,
in the Army?
if you could have an entire army of Plumlees, you'd take over the
Love
world.
them or hate them, Plumlee's win.
I don't
They
love.
follow
I
orders,
feel
they-
like being that tall is not good.
Like
Like
Odd Job?
Like Chaps couldn't get under that window. Imagine taking a shot at
It's a lot of real estate.
Huge
to try
target.
Or not Odd Job.
Yeah. it's an odd job.
Jaws
Yeah. Jaws.
in Goldeneye.
Yep. Yeah.
If you were Jaws,
A
you're the
lot to
tall
shoot
guy
at.
and you just die every time.
I
Odd Job
think,
was
I
a
think you
short
want
guy.
that mentality though. That Plumlee's like bring your lunch pail type of thing.
I like the Plumlees.
I like the mentality. I don't like the height. Doesn't seem like it makes sense.
He looks
how
ridiculous,
How do you
people
like crawl? I mean, he's fucking huge.
The other Plumlee who still plays, he changed his whole look to look like a Euro. I don't know if you saw the picture, but he
I
wore
didn't.
like to the Army Ranger graduation. He was wearing like a Gucci shirt that was like down to his like belly button, jewelry and all
Oh.
that shit.
That's not. I thought you were gonna say to his knees. I thought the Euros wear him long. I think.
No, he had like the
Like
he had like
blousy.
ripped black jeans and a shirt that went all the way, like the
Unbuttoned down his
unbuttoned all the way to his belly
deep,
button.
yeah.
And it was like, dude, it's an Army Ranger graduation.
I don't hate him for it. You gotta do something.
The
because,
Plumlees are one of those guys like.
dude, by the way, Duke guys always have like radical changes.
correct, because they want to
Like
get rid of the
Cherokee
Duke.
Parks.
Yeah, they want to get
Yeah.
rid of the Duke.
Except Shane Battier.
Yeah, that's
Well,
true.
you can't get rid of those wrinkles in your head.
Duke guy Plumlees I hated, and then like at some point you kind of respect that they just never went away. They outlasted my hate.
I mean, they all made millions. They all, you know what I
Right.
mean? Like they probably had nice, decent careers.
Right.
And stacked it away and did their thing.
This Domino's guy doing a shotgun's an electric factory. Shotgun and a beer. I never seen. I love it.
Just send it.
Love it.
Never. By the
Never-
way, that's
there-
kind of what I do when I shotgun because
Yeah, you're tough.
I can't do it, so I just let it
dump
all pour and then I say,
Spill it all
This,
over
this,
yourself.
you at least usually get like the right. This was the most wrong shotgun of all time. He holds it vertical. He just dumps it on his own fucking face. And I mean, that guy, you got to tip the shit out of him, right?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
This I just love Belichick. I saw it. Maybe I don't like it, but a reporter asked Belichick, like, doing this for so long, do you still get excited for opening day? Monotone. He's like, I like football. I like everything that comes with it.
Feel after all these years, you still get excited for the opening night?
Yeah, I like football. I like football season and all the things that go with it.
Did you see the Saban Belichick thing that's coming out?
Preview, yeah.
It looks pretty
that
good.
looks electric.
It looks pretty good.
Now, would you be more interested in, obviously it already came out, the Belichick Parcells? If you hadn't seen either, Belichick Parcells or Belichick Saban?
Belichick Parcells.
Yeah, I
Because
think-
their relationship is more contentious.
Yes, right.
Whereas Saban and Belichick, they're just friends. Although the Saban factor is interesting because as much as Belichick is like football, I feel like he has shown a little more personality recently. Saban doesn't show any. Saban does not show any personality.
Also, like Belichick's like a grump, but Saban's like a dick.
Wait, you know how like
You know what I
Belichick,
mean? It's like
it feels like he's done at least a
laughing,
few
he's
things
smirked
where
at
you're like,
69
oh, he's a
and-
little different. He's softened up a little bit. Saban is the same guy,
And
and,
he's
he just
just
doesn't let anyone in.
Such an asshole.
He had a
Yeah.
great quote, though. What was it? You try to get to the top of the mountain, we've become the mountain.
But when you get to the top of the mountain, you become the mountain.
That
What a
is
fucking quote
unreal.
from Saban.
Unreal.
You try to get to the top of the mountain, and we've become the mountain.
Wow. Wow.
Fake drug bust. So this guy
Brilliant.
want drugs. He dressed up as the DEA and stormed a drug lord's house, stole like all these drugs, beat him with a hammer in the head. He's doing 11 years in jail.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought he got away with it.
Oh.
No, he didn't get away with it. Now, how do you, Mike, obviously, I thought that reading it, how do you report this guy?
Wait, what?
Like,
Yeah.
who reported him?
Be like, hey,
The
he
drug
came and
lord?
stole my drugs.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
I feel like
that's why usually stealing drugs is the perfect crime because
I feel like your natural law is, you can commit a crime versus anybody who's a criminal.
Right.
vigilante, unless it was just like caught on camera or something like that where nobody had to report him. Like
Right,
if
but
there's
then even
violence and there's
still,
an
it's like,
eyewitness
what
or
are you
something.
doing? It's like, well, this guy's a drug lord.
Yeah.
Or did they just call him?
It's
They just call
That's
the
why
cops
hitting
on
him
him
with the hammer is
anonymously.
the problem. Because now it's like, well, whatever, you stole drugs, but now you're like a murderer if you're trying to hit someone. in the head with
Well,
a hammer.
but I don't think the guy who faked being the DA would be within his rights if he got shot by people in the house. It's again
fair game.
Yeah, it's all wash.
Wild, Wild West.
So the hammer's fine, shooting people. It's drugs.
I'm surprised this doesn't happen more often.
People raid the drug guy because I think he gets shot most of the time.
But if you
Usually people
pretend you're
protect
SWAT,
their drugs.
I don't know. As a drug guy, Dave, what do you think?
I guess you're not going to have your 11th time if this is happening. Can't have your 11th time if all the drugs are getting seized.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I just pay for my drugs, like, legally, on the up and up.
Legally.
Like here you
I
go.
just buy them legally.
Here's the money, transaction. Let's not, like, make this awkward.
Don't hit
I
me with a
hate
hammer.
no small talk. Don't ask me
No.
how my day is.
Don't sit
Just
down,
give me the
just go.
goods. I'll give you the money. Let's go on our way. It's like a bookie. I mean, let's
Yeah.
not act like you're above the law.
No, I am not. Believe me, I am not
Like,
above
squeaky
the law.
clean
FYI,
Dan over
Oh,
here.
that's a
I
crime.
am not above
That's
the
a
law.
crime
You guys
that
are
is
criminals.
far more heinous and damaging than anything I've ever
What?
put into my body.
Yeah,
Gambling.
Listen,
Yeah.
gambling
By
hurts
far.
others.
the
Oh, believe
drugs
me,
you
I
only
am
hurt
not.
yourself.
I am
Oh, yeah.
not above the law. I just don't get invited to cool parties anymore.
Yeah.
But I'm
If
not
you-
above
if you
the
got
law.
invited
I've
to
done
Dave's
many.
11th time, would you
I've
go?
admitted to many things. What?
If you got invited to party number 11, would you go?
Hey, listen. I said this on the,
Whoa, who are you yelling at? What the?
Yeah, I'm
I
like-
thought someone was
I'm
sneaking
yelling
up on
at-
me.
like a teacher.
I'm yelling at you two. You were both at a party where a certain loudmouth production guy was putting Coca-Cola in his eyeballs. So let's not act like we're
Again,
this-
I am not saying I've
we're
done
this
it.
clean
Jesus
I'll tell you
Christ.
this: I've done coke
You're
more than the
fucking-
10
I'll
times
tell you what,
roughly that you did.
I know what. I know I'm not going to party number 11 with this fucking narc
No,
over
I
here.
know.
Gonna
It's not
dime
narc.
me
We've
out on
talked
the
about
fucking
this.
rundown.
We've talked about it publicly.
Let's not make it a
Jesus
finger
Christ.
pointing thing. I've done many.
We've talked
things.
about this.
Maybe
publicly.
you're the one who leaked it.
Whoa.
Fuck.
Hey, Davey, cool guy.
Jesus.
Leaking it for street cred.
Yeah.
Not with that
That
shirt
was,
on.
that's the only reason I know it wasn't you.
Not
Because you looked
with that
ugly.
shirt
That's a
on.
good alibi.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a great album.
if
That
Dave
would be the
invited
perfect
me-
crime.
If Dave invited me to party 11 and I was like, I don't have anything to do the next 4 days that I can deal with this hangover, I'd go.
Depends on who's there and who's fucking filming.
Yeah.
I still don't know who's filming.
Gaz. That is just so disappointing. I know we shouldn't go back to this, but
That's what
that's
he's
your
here
guy.
for. That's what he's
That
here
is
for.
literally your guy.
I honestly.
He should be like
I
Conor
don't think
McGregor.
anybody knew there was. I've
should
actually
smash
watched it.
phones.
I don't understand it. I watched it again trying to see that because I feel like I see everybody who I thought was there and nobody, and they're all in the video. So I don't know who filmed it. I'm lost. Whatever.
Gaz.
Don't care. It is getting me. It's quite a range of reaction. Again, a lot of people saying like these are legitimate people. They're tagging like the FBI. They're like, raid his house. And I have other people like being like, this is street cred.
Yeah,
Like,
right.
You guys taste so
Like,
it's all
oh
over
shit,
the
Dave, I didn't know you got down.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh man, imagine if the FBI showed up. Maybe you know what's gonna happen? Some fake DEA is gonna come in here and hit you with a hammer.
I love it too because it's like
Let's hope
this
not.
is the one story that I feel like the media can't really write about because everyone in the media has done coke.
I'm actually surprised that like.
Well, what
it,
do you,
nobody.
like,
no, it doesn't matter.
Like what?
Right.
Like this
What
is
the
almost
crime?
Trump-esque.
What is my crime? Like that someone did coke in my presence? I mean, that's.
Yeah, but for a company and specifically you, who like we can't fucking sneeze without an article.
Right,
being
that's
written,
the funny part.
No one seems to be talking about this.
Except Jamie O'Grady, yeah.
Like you would.
Oh,
You would
Gray
think
didn't
this
write
would-
about it. Tweet. Oh, Gray doesn't have anywhere to write.
There
it.
must be some sort. That's true. Can't write a
you.
hit piece if you don't have a fucking
Fuck
blog.
you. You're living out of your garage, you bum.
Can't
Oh,
even afford Coke if you wanted
Go
to.
write a
Jamie.
fucking iPhone note
this
to yourself.
Idiot is so bad. Me and Frankie one time on the radio, we were pretending that I wanted to hire him, and he was conversing back and forth like a real. And then
Jamie?
Yeah,
O'Grady?
Yeah, and then he's like, "What do you want him for?" He's like, "He wants to like embarrass you like routinely, and like, but if you kiss his like shoes on
get a
like
paycheck.
camera," and he was like debating it. He's like, "Well,
Pathetic little weasel.
Oh man.
price just went up, Grady."
Anything else?
No.
It just went up.